All right, so greetings from Pennsylvania once again. I'm here with some other folks up here, which I'll introduce a little bit later. But I gotta show you something first. I'm here in my home county, just not too far from where I grew up, going up what's called 500 steps, up to what I often call my mountain. I'm gonna be up here with some friends. Got a truck coming. But we're gonna be looking for a plane crash, see if there's anything left of it. But I gotta show you something first. I just found something when I was up here just at the moment. Got something headed up that way, but I looked down and there is a morel mushroom growing here. Actually, it just kind of broke off from there. I never find these things when I'm actually looking for them, only when I'm not. So I'm gonna stash this little fella over here. Let's see if I can find it when I come back, if I remember. Those are yummy. But anyway, back to the hike at hand. So this is the 500 steps, sometimes called shower steps. Headed up to Round Top, or my mountain, as I often call it. So several weeks ago, I was hiking with Cole Swanger, who was here, and Walter Zollner up at Mount Miller, up in, was it Wyoming County? And me and Cole both grew up in this area, so that was kind of interesting. But he mentioned a plane crash that happened up here on the mountain that I don't remember hearing about. So he asked if, hey, would you want to go look for it? I'll tell you the history about it a little bit later. It happened about 30 years ago. I was like, yeah. So we're here with a few other people. We're gonna hike up the top of Shower Steps, or 500 steps, and continue east on the Appalachian Trail to see if there's anything left of this plane crash. So it should be an adventure. So we got the gang up here. Right there's Cole. And next to him is Quiet John. He has a YouTube channel. Of course, Cole has an Instagram page. And up in front of them, we have Ryan, Hiker Doodad. You should be familiar with him. And then hiking next to him is Lewis from Simply Explo Venturing. So that's the gang. So with all five of us, maybe we'll find at least some of the wreckage. We'll see. If anything, we'll just have a good time.
So last year was the first year. So I'm not going to do it anymore.
Cole found a millipede.
So over the winter I said, well...
You hungry, Lewis?
Not that hungry.
Not that hungry. Oh. Alright. That's lucky for you, little fella. Well, we about made it to the halfway point up the mountain. Not at the 500 steps yet, but up at the little stone monument up here. Got the hardest part coming up. Get up to the overlook, and like I said, we're gonna go head that way then, looking for see if there's anything left. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Like a little more history of the plane crash once we get up there. And up here is where the more difficult part starts, the actual steps, I guess you can call it, although there's not really much steps left, but we've been here before though. You can see Ryan hit it up there, slip. Not terribly far, but it is steep. Going up there through the boulder field. It gives some good scale perspective there. Alright, slowly getting there, not too much further to go. I think the trail actually swings up more up that way.
For real?
Then we got, they're coming up. Rocks are just a little slippery this morning. Getting some views. Yeah, like I grew up down there. That's my childhood down there. Slowly making our way up. And just like that, here's the top. Of course, we'll probably take a break here, and then we'll start heading out towards where that plane might be. We'll see what we find. Yeah, but here's the view. How people leaving their orange peels everywhere. Let me turn around here. Yeah. Oh, let me get up here a little bit more. Here's the view. All right. Got everybody else coming.
Spin it, you know.
The drone out. Coles.
Done.
Got the gang up here. There's Cole, there's Lewis, got John and Ryan. And a bunch of bugs up here too. Flying gnats.
And now he's only in like 5 feet of water, and it should have been fine, but something was bad. So he was within a year of buying it, and I guess the 360 totally took care of him. Sending 2 pieces in.
And the drone returns home. He's gonna try to get it in here in between all these trees. Speaking of looking for a plane crash, no, he's come right in, right into the hands. No pressure, Cole. There you go, like a baby. All right, so we're heading east now on the Appalachian Trail. We'll talk a little bit about this plane crash. Like I said, Cole mentioned this. I guess I mentioned that at the beginning of the video. Yeah, I said in our recent hike on Mount Miller. But this happened in 1994. I think it was January 24th. I left all my notes at home. But I think it was a fellow, his name was Robert. I'll put his full name down here. But he was flying from Smoketown, I think down Lancaster County, up towards, oh, I forget the name of the town, Bloomsburg or something like that. And he had to make his way over this mountain. It was bad weather, and his compass system wasn't working right either. He was trying to find a way over the mountain. And, well, it didn't work out. So he crashed here up on this mountain. I don't think anybody knew right away either. He was up here for a couple of days before they found him, but he did not survive the plane crash, unfortunately. Well, they believe he initially survived the plane crash, but he succumbed to the elements by the time people found him up here, so kind of a sad ending. Yeah, as I was talking about the plane crash, I just saw this. Whoops, as I slip on the rock. And Cole just mentioned that it's a shelter they built up here. Yeah, the rocks are kind of wet this morning. It rained last night. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's like a little fire pit here and everything. Wow. It's been years since I've been on this section up back here, but interesting. Nice little port. Yeah, just refreshed my memory of Cole back there after I looked at that little shelter. Yeah, the last name was Robert Faber, and he did survive the crash. They were talking about how he was trying to make the radio work to try and contact people, but it didn't work. But his legs were all busted up, his ribs, all kinds of internal injuries. So, yeah, but then, you know, you crash up here in January, you're up here for a number of days, you're just not going to make it. Especially with all the injuries he had, so. Don't really know if there's any wreckage up here, but we're going to try and find out. There was like a 77-foot debris field. Like the plane was in like pieces. So even if they did clean it up, maybe we'll find something. It's worth a look, yeah. But it is pretty remote up here, so I'm not really sure how they would get the wreckage out unless they used like a helicopter and take the pieces out, but there's no roads up here or anything. So we have 2 different sets of coordinates. I said like I think I said a 77-foot debris field, but it was 177, so much longer. So there's a little bit of a gap here that flew through, thinking he could make it over the mountain, but he ended up crashing up in here. All right, so we are heading off trail now. Down here's a little bit of a gap in the mountain. I think that maybe this is what he thought he could come up through. And up here's the ridge where he crashed. We have, like I said, we have 2 sets of coordinates, one up here and then one half-mile down. So the plan is just to kind of come up here, spread out a little bit, and just cover this ridge to see if we can see anything that's left. Because as I mentioned earlier, it's pretty remote up here, so you know, how would you get, besides using a helicopter and spend a lot of money to take all the debris out, there might be something up here. So It's not a very well known crash either. So we'll see if we can find anything. I was telling Ryan, every time you see like a pale rock, you think it's a piece of plane debris. Alright, so we've now spread out on this ridge. I'm in the middle actually. Cole and Lewis are up there. Got John and Ryan trying to spread out a little bit that way. Just to have more eyes searching the area. Well, I got a cool story to tell you then too. Or just a cool fact. I was talking to Cole again, since we grew up in the area. We know a lot of the same people from our childhood. This has nothing to do with the plane crash, but I thought it was kind of interesting. Where you parked for the 500 steps, I don't know if they still live there, but there's a family that lived there. It was the Hess family. And I mentioned that to him, how I had a crush on one of the sisters that lived there when I was in school. And he did too. He discovered I liked the older, Cole's about 3 years younger than me. I had a crush on the older sister. I think her name was Laura Hess. And Cole had a crush on the middle sister, Kelly, I think. It was kind of interesting. I mentioned the Hess family. He's like, oh yeah. So we both had a crush on girls from the same family back when we were in school. It was kind of interesting. Alright, but back to the plane. We're going to keep our eyes open.
Stand. I'm like, oh, metal.
Oh yeah, there's a deer stand up there. Right up there. Yes, we're just kind of looking. So we've passed the first set of coordinates. We're pretty sure that those were not the ones. They were a little more general as far as coordinates go. So we're heading in the direction of the other set of coordinates, but you know, the plane could be anywhere in between those two if it's still out here. But some places up here is just pretty thick, so I don't know. Yeah. Not sure. I think Cole is up there. Not sure everybody else is. We kind of split up. Well, I found a bottle in the middle of nowhere here. Huh. Let's say liquor bottle. I don't think it belonged to the plane, but it clears up right here. Huh. Alright, so we are all back together again after wandering around for a little bit. Gonna head to the second set of coordinates, which are probably the more accurate ones. So, keep our eyes open. Alright, so we were on a pretty clear trail and then it kind of split into two. Neither one's going the way we want. So, we're trying to come up with a new plan here. We kind of need to go that way, but we'll see. Well, it's not a plane crash, but there's this intriguing, right off the one trail we were on is a circular pile of rocks. There's like a hole right there in the middle too. I don't know. It's intriguing. I have no idea what it's doing up here. But anyway, I'm getting left behind. It's much easier going on this trail. A little overgrown. Yeah, so here's hoping we find something yet. We're still headed towards that second set of coordinates. But you can see how thick it is up here. You know, it'll be hard to find anything. But we're gonna try. Oh yeah, there they are. Kinda got left behind looking at that stone thing. Yeah, imagine being just crashing your plane up here and injured up here, you know. It's just remote. Especially if no one knows you're up here. It's like, wow. So hopefully some good news. Ryan, we're following the coordinates on Ryan's phone, and we're headed right to, this trail's taking us right to those coordinates, so we'll see. Yeah, it's still pretty thick through here. Of course, part of me is still thinking about that stone thing we saw. I don't know if that was some kind of, part of me wonders now if that was some kind of monument. I don't know.
Anywhere to the left is right.
So we're spreading out a little bit again. We're trying to find our way up to that side of the trail, north side. I'm gonna make my way back up those rocks just quickly. I find them intriguing. I almost kind of wonder if they're marking the site here of the plane crash. Just a thought. So I'm gonna go up there and then hook in, because I just find those rocks to be really intriguing. Like, why would they be out here like that? Much farther back than I remember. Yeah, so here they are again. Quite a bit back further than I remember, but yeah, it's almost these, I don't know, like someone made this for a reason. So I just kind of wonder if, you know, is this the area where the plane crashed? And there's like a memorial to it? Someone came out here and piled all these rocks up? So like I said, it's a perfect circle. Yeah, I just, something about this just, huh. So I'm gonna go have a look around here. The others are a little ways that way, but I know where they are, so. Yeah, I have no idea, but something about that circle just kind of gives me a feeling. Of course, the coordinates were up that way, so I could be way off, but there's kind of a trail going up here too. Well, sort of. Well, that rock thing was down there somewhere. I'm not seeing anything here, but that, I feel like that structure symbolizes something. But anyway, the guys are up that way. I had to come back because I had to come back and just check out that rock. But this is kind of the, this is the ridge, kind of where he came up and hit somewhere up in here. So I'm gonna make my way that way, meet up with the guys. At least I think so. I can hear Cole's drone. He's flying his drone around. Look, I can hear it out there. So they're over there a little ways. Man, it'd be awesome if it was down in here somewhere because it's so open and you can really see, but I don't know. All right. There's a cool rock to sit on right there. Yeah, oh, there's a hawk. I can hear his drone now. All right, so we regrouped here in the middle of nowhere. We actually were sitting here for quite a while, just taking a break and talking, listening to John tell stories. Quiet John. So, just getting some rested up. We're heading back to the trail that was down here. We're gonna start making our way back. We're still gonna keep our eyes open for things, any sign of a plane, but we're kind of out of hope at the moment. But I'm gonna throw this out there, like if you know any, if you have any information about this plane, more history about it, or it'd be great if you actually knew where the exact location was. If you let us know about it, that'd be great. Because sometimes when you make videos like this, you don't always find what you're looking for, but when you post a video, there's people that do know where it is. So if you know and you can help us, that would be great. All right, I gotta find a trail. Yeah, even with GPS coordinates, as you can see, it's just really thick up here. Difficult to find things. What's this over here? What's a bone? Shoulder blade to something. Oh, there's a skull. Yeah, what's this? Looks like an old deer skull. They cut the back off. Alright, well, it's not a human skull. Alright, I'm way behind. Even once again, if you have any information you want to share, it'd be great. I still wonder about that stone circle too. We'll be past it on the way back here. Can't. Part of me feels like if that's like might be some kind of memorial. I don't know. I think the trail we're on now is an old section of the Appalachian Trail. So I don't know. Maybe there's a memorial there at one point. Besides just the stones. Just a thought. Yeah, they're checking out the stone thing.
Why would you build a giant fire so that there's bonfire? So you went off through there?
Yeah, I went up that way and hooked down to where you guys were. One last look there. Yeah, just kind of my theory. Yeah, I was thinking the guy was older, but they just mentioned he's only 25 years old. So in a way that makes a little more sense to me. That if that was a memorial, that, you know, not that people wouldn't make a memorial if he was older, but, you know, whoops, branching away. But if you're that young, you might have a bunch of buddies that might come up here and do something like that for you. It's just my thoughts. That might not have nothing to do with Robert or the plane crash at all, but it's the only thing we really found up here. But anyway, all right, we are gonna start making our way back to Round Top. But we're keeping our eyes open too for anything that we can find along the trail here that might relate to what we're looking for. All right, we made it back to what Ryan calls the real AT. So, and I think, are some of you taking the longer way back?
I say Cole and I are going to the right.
Okay.
If we're walking that way, and if you guys are going back to the right.
Shower Steps. So some of us are going to head back that way to Shower Steps where I parked, and some are going to take the longer scenic route back to the 501 parking.
Appreciate you coming
Yeah,
along.
it's
Appreciate the stories.
The great parting of the ways.
Yeah.
Splitting of the fellowship.
Yeah. So Ryan and Cole are going the long scenic way back. I kind of have to go this way. My mom's car is down there. Naomi had to go to the hospital, so. But anyway.
Bye, Cliff.
Bye. Lewis and Sean are coming with me, though. All right, see you guys.
All right, take care. See you, Lou.
Alrighty, see ya.
Yeah, my Jeep had to go to the hospital Friday. Check engine light was on, but they were gonna work on something else, but didn't get to it, so I got to pick her up today. But I had to drive my mom's car out here, not too far from home. Yeah, we got a little ways to go back to Shower Steps, and then we drove just, you know, my vehicle down to Shower Steps, let everyone else's vehicles back up at the 501 parking lot, so I'll shuttle them back up there. Yeah, so here's the view from Showers Steps again. Yeah, so we had come up Shower Steps and we took the AT way out that way looking for the plane, and now we kind of making a full circle coming back. Not exactly a circle, but some other people up here. We'll take one more look. So we were headed down, so I'm gonna say farewell. Yeah, we met some thru hikers up there. It's kind of cool. The one recognized me. But anyway, I'll say farewell here. Hopefully me and Lewis and John make it down safely. As always, thanks for coming along. And once again, if you have any information about that plane or anything, let us know in the comments. It'd be appreciated. We just might come back looking again sometime. We'll see. All right. Thanks for watching. So just a quick update before I finish out this video. Actually filming this clip right here about a week after we went looking for that plane crash. Yeah, there's always a delay to my videos, but Ryan, Hiker Doodad, has already uploaded his video, and what we were hoping would happen happened. A viewer on his video let us know exactly what happened. We were in the right area, however the plane crash, the wreckage was recovered and taken, I think it was back down to Smoketown for investigation, so the wreckage was removed. I know Cole had sent me a message that someone had commented on Ryan's video just a couple days ago, so that answers that question. So there is no wreckage up there on that mountain, but it was all fun. It was a fun explore up there. It was a good time with those guys. So that gives a little bit of closure to this video. So there you go.